Okay, guys, here we are, live and in person. So, welcome to season 4, episode 1 of Peloton People podcast. So, there's a little bit of a story behind the new season. So, I'll do that real quick, then bring in our co host of this week, and we'll go from there. So, about 3 weeks ago, well, first of all, the whole season thing. It started when we did like a gazillion episodes, Nikki and Anderson and I, in season 1, but we didn't call it season 1. And then one day, I think we took a break and we came back and we couldn't remember what number we were on. So we just called it season 2. And we went along for a while, and then they were getting married, and it was just like chaos and just so much stuff happening that we took a break for like a year. And during that time, I went to New York with Anderson. We wrote a class, and then we decided, let's bring back the podcast. So, but he really didn't have time. Nikki didn't have time. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll bring in some co-hosts. It'll be fun. So hence season 3. It just seemed like a good place. And now 3 weeks ago, I quit again. Nobody knows that, but I actually quit because I was just so frustrated with the sound of this podcast, issues that I've had. On that last episode with Daniel and Kathy that we did, at the end of the episode, my power went out. Like here at the farm, it just went out, which kind of happens in the country sometimes, but never on a podcast. So I had to drive up the hill, contact them because we have no internet either when the power goes out in the valley. And then so I get back, I process the sound, all that, and I just sounded terrible. I mean, it was unlistenable, but they sounded so good. I went ahead and put it out. And then I'm like, I'm just frustrated. I'm doing away with this. And so then I thought, well, I don't want to do away with everything. I think I'll go play on YouTube for a while. So I started a YouTube channel. And then while I was doing the YouTube channel, I was like, well, it'd be really fun to do a live stream, do Peloton people there, try a different method, And so what we're going to do is we're going to have the video available here, and then we're still going to go audio everywhere else. But I mean, it really kind of gives us a chance. Like if you can type in the chat, ask questions, whatever. Some weeks we can even like bring people up from the audience onto the stage. I mean, if you're interested and want to do something like that. So I think it's just going to give us like a whole bunch of kind of different kind of options. So that's why season 4, episode 1 is today. And I know they seem really random, and they kind of are because we don't plan them out or anything like that. We have no series arc, anything like that. It's just kind of week by week, really. So without further ado, let me bring on one of our first. We have 2 co-hosts today. So let me bring on the first, Serena Myers, frequent guest or frequent co-host on season 3 of the podcast. So here she comes. Hey, Serena, what's up?
Hi, I'm just, I have Red Zone on right behind my computer, and I'm ready to talk.
Okay, good. So you've been watching Red Zone all day?
Absolutely.
Okay. I did. I had it on a little while, but are the Titans winning?
I don't know if they are right now.
Okay.
I haven't seen much of them, actually.
Yeah, they probably aren't. Okay. So thanks for joining, Serena, on this episode 1 that could be a total disaster. We will just see. So welcome. Thank you. My second guest, I'm really excited to have Serena here, but I'm even more excited to have my next guest because I haven't seen her in 1,000 years. Like I didn't even really know she was still alive, except we texted a couple of times, but she really just kind of fell off the planet. Sort of like I did when I disappeared for a year. She kind of did the same thing. And so without further ado, let's welcome in Annie back to the show. Annie, what's up?
Hello, Peloton people. I'm so happy to be here.
So this is just amazing. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this.
I'm alive.
Yeah, I know. That's really cool. I had to brush my hair today since we're on video, but that's really about the only change that I've really made. So you guys both look great. So you are alive, Annie, but we'll get to you in a minute. First, I want to start with Serena on a couple of things. Serena, you've been hurt, like really hurt, and you can't Peloton at all, right?
Not Peloton at all.
For how much longer?
Oh boy, it's been about 10 days of nothing. So I'm not allowed to start PT until my 14th week. So It's
You
going to
can't even
be,
start PT for like 12 more weeks?
yeah.
So what are you gonna do? Because you're one of the crazy Pelotoners, like that did way too much. So what are you doing in this time?
Um, so my plan right now, I have to go back. So I stress fractured my hip is what it ended up being. I have to go back every 3 weeks and keep getting x-rays to make sure that it's not getting worse. So my plan is just to make it every 3 weeks. And my goal right now is to make it to the 3 week point and possibly take it into my own hands, even though I probably shouldn't. And please don't take my advice because I'm not a doctor, but it drives me crazy not doing anything at all. And I really don't understand why I can't at least bike with no resistance is my big thing. So my goal is just make it to the 3 week point, not doing anything. And then I might just start biking against their wishes.
Well, be careful on doing that. I mean, really, really do. And also talk to him. I don't really understand why you couldn't like run in the water or something like that. That seems like that would be like very little stress on somebody like you. So
Yeah,
now what did you do exactly? Were you Pelotoning when this injury happened, or was it just a use injury?
it's an overuse injury. So to be honest, I've been feeling it for probably 4 to 5 months now, and I just didn't say anything to anyone. I stress fractured my femur like lower down last year, and I just took 6 weeks off of running, but I didn't crutch it. I continued to bike and walk, and it just basically resolved on its own. Like I didn't have any pain. So this one seems to be more serious because it's up in my hip. But yeah, I was feeling it for months, and I just kept trying to tell myself, oh, maybe it's just a hip flexor, maybe it's nothing serious, because I would run. I would barely be able to put weight on my leg for a couple days, and then it would go away completely. I wouldn't have any pain. So then eventually got to the point where I think I ran 12 miles one day, and then half hour after my run, I couldn't walk.
Now you're on a Whoop now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm kind of wondering when you come back, maybe use those Whoop metrics a little bit more because toward the end there, when you were still exercising, your strain was high every single day. Like,
So what I've noticed with the Whoop is that my recoveries ever since I've been resting are in the toilet.
that's funny.
And
Now,
my
when you were still
recoveries,
doing stuff, were you and your strain was like 18, 19 in that range? Were you still were
I
your
was in the green
recoveries?
every day.
Wow, see, that's
And
amazing.
I'm in the red almost every day now. I'm like 30 to 40% recovery, me not doing anything. It's actually been buzzing, telling me to take naps now that I'm not doing anything at all. And I don't
Good.
understand because all I do is sit and like watch TV all day and sleep at night. And it still is telling me that I need to take naps and that I'm more tired than usual. So
That is really interesting. I mean,
I talked to my doctor about that, and they just keep telling me that my body basically needs to adjust because like I was at such a high and now I'm just at such a low, like my body needs to adjust. But I spent probably 5 days in agony of just my head was pounding. I could barely function. I was taking naps all during the day because my body was just so used to all the cardio, and then it went to absolutely nothing at all. So
okay, that's really interesting. So mentally, this has got to be really hard on you.
definitely. Um, I don't know if mental is the right word. I had disordered eating my entire life.
Uh-huh.
So like when I started Pelotoning, that like really helped me because that gave me I don't like an athletic goal more so than like a scale goal. And so when you don't have that athletic goal anymore, I feel like something like this could be very harmful.
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
got to be really careful of something like that.
Absolutely.
Wow. I know like the times I've been injured back when I considered myself, a so-called real athlete, it had a tremendous impact on me. I mean, mentally, I never handled it very well. And I just didn't. And I never came back, as great as I was before. So not to be a downer to you or anything, but I think what advice do you have, Annie? Like what do you think?
I mean, I would say, like, just to appreciate your body for where it's at today. You know, I feel like so often we can sit there and feel so down on ourselves for really the most frivolous things, like, oh, that weight on the scale is 10 pounds more than I want it to be. Well, I mean, it's fine to maybe ultimately want to work towards maybe losing those 10 pounds, but like those 10 pounds have no impact on how you make people feel when you speak lovingly to them, or, you know, or how you can make someone's day by just smiling at them. You know, it has no real impact on who you are as a person. So, I mean, I would say like celebrate like the friendships that you have, celebrate your engagement, celebrate just you for who you are. I mean, and even celebrate the fact, like you talked about how your femur just basically healed itself. Like I would be patting my femur and being like, you're amazing. You are incredible. Like I can do this again.
Yeah, that is the crazy part, because then they made me go and get a ton of blood work after they found out that my hip was fractured. They were like, you need to make sure that like nothing else is going on. And the only thing that came back on my blood work was a slight vitamin D deficiency. Everything else was good. So I don't think it has anything to do with deficiencies. I think I was just maybe putting too many miles on.
Right.
At the end of the day, I guess I kind of did it to myself. I think that doing dopey in January definitely didn't help me. But my toxic trait is that I have dopey coming up again in January, and I'm still convincing myself I can do it. And I shouldn't. They already told me to not do it, and I still am trying to do it.
I don't know.
I mean,
I think I would just dial it back. You know, just.
I mean, I get wanting those goals. I get it. Like meeting goals is so addictive. It really is. You know, I mean, I get it. But I mean, you've only got one body. And so just love yourself for what you can do, instead of like being bummed out at the fact that maybe you won't be able to do, you know, dopey next year or January. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I've spent so much time beating myself up for things that in the big scheme of things were so minor. And I don't know, just love you for you. You're beautiful. You're young. You've got so much life ahead of you. Like just celebrate you.
That's so, and in the grand scheme of things, Serena, 12 weeks is nothing. I mean, it's just when you look back at it, I mean, especially if you're as old as I am, I mean, 12 weeks just goes like that. You
but
know,
also
like,
I get like that's a big deal for you. Like, you know, I mean, own that pain, but also just be like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. Well, I got these 12 weeks.
Probably also didn't help that when I was running, and I think that this is funny at this point, but when I'm running, if I feel like an ache or pain and I think it's like a muscle or something, I'll like, you know, like pound on the muscle to like almost like loosen it up. There were times I was running on the treadmill and I was like pounding down on my hip. And so to find out that I was basically pounding on right at the point where it's stress fractured, I'm like, oh my God, like you're an idiot. Like,
no, I mean, hey, that's also a live and learn deal, you know? But I mean, think about it. You're learning about your body, and there's value in that, you know?
Definitely. I mean, my biggest piece of advice after this is to maybe take your weight bearing aches and pains seriously, because then they're going to turn into fractures, and definitely don't beat on the place that you're hurting. So
I think should that be the title of this podcast?
Yeah, don't beat on the places that are hurting. That's a good one. I think I like that.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Now I'm going to break in a little bit here, and Kathy Yoakum sent. Can y'all see the chat from where you guys are? Okay. So Kathy Yoakum says, "Hi Serena, I'm watching the Detroit Green Bay game. Who's winning, Kathy? If you're still there, who's winning the game? I can't see anything. So, I mean, I can see the chat, but I can't see the football scores. So, and Kathy Yoakum also says, hi, Annie. And a little bit of Kathy Yoakum trivia for you guys. It was her birthday last week. So happy birthday, Kathy. And she went with her children to a farm where you could walk an alpaca.
I heard that. That's I didn't even know that was a thing. And now I want to do it.
I know. And she had a picture on Facebook, and they're really small. Like I for some reason in my mind I thought alpacas were bigger than they are, but she said they weighed
were they babies?
Pounds. No, they weren't babies, but I mean, they look smaller than llamas to me. I don't know much about them, but I was like, you know, of course the thing that goes through my head is like, man, I need to get alpacas for our farm, and then people who can come walk and you know do the alpaca thing. But
that's right.
Where do you get an alpaca?
I don't know. I mean, the alpaca store, who knows? I have no idea.
Just a quick Goog search, you know, I'm sure it's
Yeah,
out there.
I would imagine you can get them pretty easily. Okay, now Serena, you sit there and heal up, and I'm gonna go switch to Annie for a minute because I got to figure out, like, she just disappeared. Like, what happened, Annie? Like, you were Serena crazy. Like, I mean, you would do, you know, especially in your early days, you know, you would do workouts that made you miserable. Like, Serena loves to work out, but the one thing that always struck me about you, that it kind of made me sad in a way, like you would work out and like cry and work out, and that always broke my heart. But then you found Peloton, and you know it was more joy in your workout,
for sure.
So what tell us your story.
I mean, I would say that really I had a running notebook full of my workouts that I kept, and it was over 10 years long. I want to say like maybe 11 years or 10 years, 9 months, whatever. But we were talking over a decade. And I wrote down every single workout. That included one of my pregnancies. I was adamant about writing it every single day. So like on the day of her birth, I put labor and delivery. That was my workout for the day. Like I wrote it down. I was so determined to have this beautiful spreadsheet, and I wanted an entry every single day. And I was doing amazing. I was getting it done. And then once I switched over to Peloton, I quit the notebook, but I had my Peloton stats. And there was one day, and I had not skipped a Peloton day since I got the bike to that day. And I want to say that was maybe 2 years at that point, give or take. And I went on a 7-mile walk with my friends, and I didn't turn on the Peloton app. And I went to bed that night and did not think anything of it. And I woke up the next day and my Peloton streak was gone. And I was devastated. And that coincided with some of the worst plantar fasciitis pain I've ever had. And it was like those two things together just zapped my motivation. And at the same time, just like I was telling Serena to take it easy on herself, I kind of realized I'm overdoing it. My foot hurts so bad. Like I would have to prepare myself when I would wake up in the morning to flatten my foot because the pain, it just felt like those fibers were being ripped every single time. And I just thought, you know, I only have one body and I'm 40 and this foot thing is no joke. And so I started taking rest days, which I think were healthy. And I was in a really, really good spot for a long time. And then I realized, man, these rest days are fun. And I want to have them more than I have the workout days. And it just sort of built. And then I started working about maybe a year and a half ago. So then that also added a new element to my life where I just did not have as much free time to do it. And so I would say that I've still have been doing, on average, this is not always the same. I run about at least once a week.
Okay.
That's kind of been my thing. Now there's some, if you were to look at my stats, you could see that maybe I skip a week, but maybe another week I do 2 in a week, whatever. So that's kind of where I'm at. I want to increase. I want to do better. It's really, my feet are fine now. Thanks to lots of rest, my feet are fine. But I'd like to get to a point where I'm working out like maybe 3 days a week, you know, something that's reasonable and healthy and realistic with my schedule.
Now, plantar fasciitis has brought me down like 2 or 3 times. That's been my Achilles heel over the years.
Yeah. I feel like it's so minor compared to what Serena's going through, so it seems silly. But it's so
painful. I mean, you can't even imagine if you've never had it.
And when your favorite workout is running on the treadmill, then it's like it sort of zaps the joy out of even the workout experience, you know?
I know that it just makes it not fun. Now, did you go orthotics, or how are you going to keep it from coming back?
So I do have inserts that I put in my tennis shoes, and also I'm changing my tennis shoes more. I was letting them go way too long.
I still do that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's so hard not to be honest, especially kind of once you break them in, they're actually comfortable, like initially until the next day, you know? But I've been doing that. I would say I haven't had a problem with it in probably about 6 months. So I feel like that's good, you know? See,
if I really start to pick it up and add more mileage, I I'll feel it. I mean,
You'll get it.
I can still feel twinges, but then I'm kind of bad too. I don't wear my inserts in all my shoes. I really just wear them when I'm working out.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's worked for me so far. And then
Yeah.
I find like house shoes or something like that. I find Crocs are really good, have really good arch support in them. So that helps.
I don't have Crocs, but I do Birkenstocks. I am such a Birkenstocks fan.
Yeah. They say those are really good as well.
And I think that, especially this summer, I gifted myself another pair. I get one like every 2 summers. It's kind of how I do it. And so this was a summer I was due, and they do help. And I kind of wear them as house shoes in the house.
So basically no weird fitness goals for you right now at all then. It's just kind of when you can do it, you do it, right?
Yeah. And I'm kind of at the point where I'm not beating myself up for not working out. And I used to really beat myself up. It was almost
really
like
did.
it was like the way that I would find myself worthy to exist for so long. And so I don't know, I've just shifted a lot. And what's crazy is that I'm working out so much less. And at most I'm 10 pounds heavier, at most, if even that. So then I'm going, why was I working so hard? I look the same.
You and Serena really have a lot of similarities. You know,
I know.
Just at your, when you were at the same stage as a life kind of thing. I find that fascinating. I mean, wow. Now on the tread. So the tread's your favorite, right, Annie?
I have not gotten on the bike since I got the tread. Not one time. I have zero desire to do it. The tread is where it's at. I love it. I just love it so much.
I'm the same way. This is going to be a fun podcast because I love the tread the most also. And you're the same way, aren't you, Serena? Do you love the tread most?
Yes, I love the tread. I will say that about 2 months before I found out about the hip, I was slowly transitioning into only running like 3 days a week and then 2 days a week to like try and give it time. And so I was biking pretty much every other day. And I really found a love for like Cody and Hannah Frankson on the bike. Good. So I don't know, like I started becoming really into the bike, which is ironic that I can't do anything now, but
no, that is really, really ironic. Now, Annie, who are your favorite tread instructors these days?
It's been the same for years and years. I am Team Olivia. I just love her. I mean, she's tough, but I love her music. I feel like she talks the perfect amount, not too much, not too little. I really like Jess King a lot too. She's funny. Let's see. I would say those are my 2 go-tos. I mean, typically I get on the tread and I just search run, walk, Olivia, and that's what I do.
Okay.
But now I've been playing with pace targets. I do like those. I know you're a fan too. I did a pace target run. I was like, I have to do a run before this. My gosh. So I did do a run. I'm still kind of red-faced because I just got done. I showered really quickly.
And what level what pace target level are you at right now?
I think I'm at 4.
Okay. I was up to about a 5 and then I dialed myself back to a 3. And I just find like especially on the classes that are real hilly, like that's where I have my problems. And so I just love it. I did a walk with Olivia this morning and it's kind of funny. You talk about how hard she is, but with pace target, she's no longer hard. I mean, I noticed that today. You're just right where you're supposed to be. Where you should be. Yeah. One of the things that I do like about pace targets is at the end of it, I'm tired, but I feel like I'm tired the right amount for me as a individual instead of being tired. Like you were throwing out a number and I wanted to be at the tail end of it because I'm going to be amazing. I'm going to do it. And then at the end of it, you're going, I'm clutching my chest. This is not healthy. This is too much, Oh yeah, like when Olivia would go, run like 8 miles an hour or something, and I'm not capable of doing that anymore, and I would still try to do it, and the next day I'd be so sore for like the next 2-3 days, and it would kill my working out. Pace targets has taken all that away. I still can't run every day. I've tried it, and I just break down too quick. But
don't do that. Yeah.
No, I don't. Yeah. Right now, I try to do about an hour a day. And nice. And the system I use these days is I'll just pick out a random day in the year. Right now I'm on a Saturday from somewhere in August, and I'll go down and do every class. And then if I do it, so today I did a 30-minute walk with Olivia, and it was pace targets too, which I
Mhm.
love. The walking pace targets are even better than the running pace targets.
I've never done a walking one. I need to try that.
They're so great because it mixes it up. You know,
Mhm.
you focus more because you're paying attention more, you know, to the pace
Mhm.
targets, and it's just nice to walk really slow and to walk really fast, and you know, in between,
Mhm.
it's really
Mhm.
actually kind of fun. So I did 30 minutes today, and then I did 30 minutes of lifting. So I've started lifting way
That's
more,
amazing.
and
Good job.
I used to like keep track of it on the Peloton app for the minutes and all that kind of stuff. But then, you know, one day I was kind of like you. I woke up one day and I was like, it's kind of stupid to do that. You know, just, you know, forget about all that.
Just
Just
do it
do
for
your
you.
30 minutes and, you know,
Yeah.
have fun
Yeah.
with it. So I'm having probably the most fun with working out that I've ever had. And one thing
Good.
I did notice is, you know, I've started this YouTube channel. I'm trying to show stuff about the farm. I think most of my purpose, well, A, it's a creative outlet, but B, I guess if I had to really justify it, it's, you know, for the Airbnbs here, just to eventually build up interest by what I'm doing. But A, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, you know, editing's hard. Um, you know, being on camera, like I'm kind of, and it's even funny too. Like, you know, I never really wanted to be on camera, especially Peloton or fitness wise, because I'm kind of overweight. And so it's like, it's kind of embarrassing. You know what I mean?
No.
But so I am trying to lose a little bit of weight just so I can stand to see myself on camera. And but we'll see how that
Oh, William, be good to yourself.
Oh, you know, I am being good, but it's just, there is some irony into loving to work out. Like I love to work out and then just not being that fit. You know, I'm
But
trying
I don't
to,
know. You say you're not that fit though, but you're like working, you just worked out an hour a day and you just sort of said it today, just casually, just an hour. That's more than most people. I mean,
well,
that's amazing. And there's people out there that might look fit who aren't actually doing that. So their heart isn't fit.
well, it
And
gets,
that's okay. I'm not dogging them, whatever their
yeah.
journey is, you know. But like you're doing really good things for yourself.
See, you're
So
describing my fiance right now. He has all of the muscles and he can't like even walk on the treadmill.
Well, it
and see,
gets worse for me too. It gets worse because I'm out like weed eating every day. I'm doing yard work out the wazoo.
look at that. You're
I
so
mean,
fit.
it's just, but so I'm kind of functionally fit, but I gotta, but when you're putting yourself on camera every day, Annie, you
I
gotta
mean,
look
I
a little bit
understand,
better.
but functional fitness is going to be way more valuable to you long term
Well,
than this video, you know?
well, that's true. But it is
Yeah.
episode 1 of season 4, so I mean that's a big deal coming back from the cliffhanger. So
Yeah.
let's see. Oh, Kathy says it's 10-3 Green Bay. So, and she also says that adult alpacas max out at 150 pounds.
Mm.
So,
I also have news. The Titans are currently winning.
oh, what's the score?
It was 6-3, but
Okay, well, that's
I mean,
good. That's good for the Titans. Okay, we usually lose. Okay, well, so Annie, it sounds like you're doing good, so I don't have to worry about you as
Yeah.
much, right?
You don't. No, I'm not I don't really get on social media that much, or when I do, I just sort of lurk in the shadows.
Well, see,
I'm just busy. Like
I
it's
used to
nothing.
love your Instagram, your fitness.
Yeah, I
Like,
used to be funny, I guess. And
now
then I don't
it
know.
was hilarious. I mean, it was, but at the same time, I love that you've evolved into like somebody who works out reasonably. You know, I mean, it's just, it almost
Oh,
seems like
thanks.
you have a new lease on life, and you're not chasing the same things that you were chasing. I find that
Yeah.
really refreshing. I
Yeah.
really do. I mean,
I don't know. I guess I'm just putting so much more value on, like, for example, my relationship with my girls. And it's like that is so much more important to me than, you know, I don't know what my hair looks like, what size I am, what numbers on the scale, if my arms are toned or not, you know. I mean, of course, I mean, I want to be beautiful. I want to be toned and I mean, duh, but it's not a priority anymore, you know? It's something that could be cool if it works out, but do my girls love me? Do I have a good relationship with them? Like that's my value. You know what I mean?
that's really, see, Serena, you guys needed to talk today. This is this, I can tell this is what Serena needs for her soul.
Oh, I hope so. Serena, I think you're doing a great job. And I just want you
yeah,
to celebrate all that you are accomplishing.
I think that I would feel better about it if like I felt better. if that makes sense. Like if my head
Right.
wasn't pounding and like I just feel
Yeah.
sick and like I just wish that I would just feel better. And I think that that's what's making this more difficult is that I felt so good when I was working out every day.
Right. Did I hear you say your head is pounding?
Yes.
So that's another symptom in all of this is you also have like
Yeah.
pounding headaches? Oh,
Yes.
I'm so
And it was
sorry.
much worse for like the first 5 days that I was like on the crutches. Now it seems to be getting better. Like maybe my body is starting to adjust to it, but I can tell by the end of the day, I'm like, I just don't feel right. Like I really am having trouble like focusing, like even my eyesight, because I'm just not, I don't know if it's like my heart rate adjusting because it's just not having like the really high highs and the really low lows. Like my resting heart rate now is like 66 and it's always been like 56. Like, I don't know, like my body just isn't adjusting well to.
Now, were you able to dial back your travel schedule? I know you were traveling
Yes.
for work a lot. Okay, that's good.
Yes. They do want me to travel to, I think Indianapolis in a couple weeks and then Cincinnati the week after that. But those would be like driving trips. So I think I'm okay with the driving trips. If they need to send me places, I just don't want to fly with crutches.
Yeah, that's just getting through the airport can be
Right.
tough on something like that.
Right.
All right, that's amazing. Oh, I also want to give another birthday shout out to Jana Montgomery. I don't even know if she listens to the show anymore, but she and I had like the greatest ride one time. It was years ago, and we just almost killed each other, and it was just amazing. So she has a special place in my heart because she almost killed me. I think she's a doctor too, I believe. So anyway. All right, so this will be a great topic for you, Serena. Media of the week. You've been watching a lot of TV, so what do you got that's good for us?
Okay, I'm still watching Big Brother. I think, did I talk about that the last time I was on, that I had made it a goal to watch like certain TV shows as they were going on instead of binging them?
Oh yeah, I think you did mention that.
I'm still watching Big Brother.
Okay.
And it's getting very good. It's not on tonight, even though it was supposed to be. It's going to be Tuesday instead of tonight. So I'm like waiting anxiously to see the next episode. But Big Brother has been very good.
Do you ever watch the live feeds? Do you ever?
So I don't watch the live feeds, but I do go on TikTok and I see people's highlights of the live feeds. So I'm basically seeing the best parts about the live feeds without actually sitting there all day and watching it. The other thing that I did binge watch was Match Game with Martin Short.
Okay.
And that was very good. I think that they only had like 6 or 7 episodes up already, but I did binge watch that one day, and then I finished the new season of Dexter.
Of what?
Dexter.
Oh, Dexter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's pretty good. That's a good
mix of everything.
Wide array too. Like
you have a reality.
Anderson and Nikki love Big Brother. They just love
yes.
it. I haven't gotten into it this year. I mean, since they hadn't been around, I don't know. I hadn't really been watching it, and but I love it every time I watch it. How about you, Annie? Are you watching anything or reading anything or anything?
I really do not watch much TV. There's just, I don't know. I just don't make the time for it. But I will say I did watch this months ago, but I watched the latest season of White Lotus and I really loved it. And then I went back and watched the other seasons. So just in general, I've really enjoyed just White Lotus. But I mean, I think that might have been in June or maybe May. I don't remember. It was a while ago, but that's the last thing I watched.
Here's a White Lotus question for you. I'm on the next to last episode. No, I'm actually getting ready to start the last episode of season 1. And every episode I kept waiting. It just seemed like somebody was going to get killed in every episode. Is that kind of by design? I mean, what's it about really?
Well,
I mean,
the very beginning shows you basically the end. You just
I don't remember the beginning.
Like the very first episode of each season will show you. I'm trying to be so careful. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. We'll show you like a body floating, but you don't know whose body
somebody
it is.
did. Okay.
But it's the very first. I mean, that's the opening scene of each episode. So definitely someone is dead.
Okay, because every time I was watching it, it just seems like somebody's going to die. But I've forgotten that part of because it takes me forever to watch a show. And I'd forgotten that part. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
In general, I just really like that type of television show or movie where the very first opening scene is basically the end. So you know the end, but you have no idea how I got there.
Okay, see, that's so funny because, like I said, I didn't even remember that. And so now it makes sense why I think somebody's going to get killed in every single episode
Yeah,
because somebody is building up to it. And I'm
for
on the
sure.
episode that'll do. I got to watch that
It's gonna,
tonight. I'm
it's
finish
gonna
it.
all you'll figure it all out.
What season are they on now?
They just finished their 4th.
Okay, so 4 is out already.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say just. I want to say it came out maybe in July or so.
Okay.
It was pretty good. It had Parker Posey in the latest season, and I just really like her, and her particular character I just found to be so comical.
And Walter Coggins was in it too, right?
Who is Walter? I don't know who that is.
Baby Bobby, Uncle Baby.
Oh, that's
Billy
right. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, Uncle Baby Billy. How could I forget Walter Goggins? Yes. Yeah, he's in it.
I like him. He's really
good. Oh,
good.
me too. Yeah, he's great.
I haven't finished the last season of The Righteous Gemstones, and
I haven't either.
I don't know why. I love that show. So I don't watch as much TV. I wish in my mind I was watching more TV, but I just don't have time. We have a hammock at one of our Airbnbs, and I bet I've sat in that hammock or laid in that hammock like twice since we've been here. Like it's just there's just no time because you're always like doing something. So
right.
Anyway, it's a fun problem to have. I love living here. So if it ever sounds like I'm complaining, then I'm not. Okay, so let's see. What do I have next? Okay. Here's my question for you guys today to ponder and think about. What was the moment you realized Peloton was more than just a bike or treadmill for you? Do you have like one particular moment where it just clicked for you? What about you, Serena?
I feel like it's always been like that for me, just because I found Peloton when I had my shoulder surgery. So I started using Peloton as just hikes. Like I did hikes with Kirsten. She was like my girl. And so that in itself was like healing to me. Just like hearing her speak. She always did the what did she call it? It was like her inspirational quotes throughout
the Sunday afternoon one.
Yeah, like the intention Sundays. Yeah. So like I always did those, and they were like always walks. So like I in a sling started out just walking with her. So I guess it's always been used that way for me, if that makes sense.
Cool. That's cool. How about you, Annie?
So initially when we ordered the Bike Plus, we were living in Germany at the time, and it was going to take a while for it to actually arrive. But I guess part of the deal we got like the free app until it arrived or something like that. And so I was just so excited to do something new. I just hadn't really done it before. And so you could see at the very, very beginning, I had a lot of runs that I was doing on the app. But what I was doing, because my child was too young, I couldn't like run and leave her alone. You know what I mean? So I had a mini trampoline, and I would do, I guess it was actually the tread boot camps is what I was doing. So I would do the weight stuff on the side, and then on the running portion, I would just jump on the mini tramp. And so I feel like I got to know the instructors and fell in love with Peloton, not using any Peloton equipment at all. So by the time my bike finally came, I'd already added all the instructors on Instagram. I was following their story. I knew who they were dating, and I was like, they're my friends. So I'd say that's the point where, it was for me. Also, I would say from almost the very beginning.
Yeah, it was for me too. I'm like you a little bit in that I'd tried the app off and on, because they'd come out with like free trials and stuff, and I was a member of the Y, and so I would go over to the Y and just go into like their bike studio when nobody was there, and then play a class. And it was always Christine. I don't know why, but I would always gravitate toward Christine's classes. And that's kind of how I started. But I really didn't fall in love with it until we actually got the bike. And then like just from day one, it was just, they were just a different kind of a company. I absolutely loved it. And then, if I had to pick, tread all the way. I mean, all the way, I would take a tread over a bike if I had to pick. So luckily I have all three, and I use all three, but I get most excited about the tread. It's also the most dangerous for me too, because you really can't get hurt as bad on the bike, as you can like just overuse running, it's just, you just can't.
Or even like sometimes I'll get to going too fast, and I'll just quickly like turn it down because I'm like, I cannot afford to fly off this thing and like bust my face, you know?
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I got to be careful.
That's so true. That's so true. Okay. Lots of babies. So Matt Wilpers, Allie Love, Cliff Dwinger. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. They all had babies like, in the last couple of weeks. So, well, Matt Wilpers maybe a little bit longer than that. They really didn't say, but all recently they've all had babies. So that's kind of neat that.
Yeah. And Allie is pregnant and Selena's pregnant with twins.
Yeah, I know. That's just like, it's really cool. It's just the whole baby thing is just, it's neat. It would be fun watching these instructors' babies grow up. So, I also wonder too, like, watching instructors get old, like me, like, how they're gonna evolve into like their older age, and, how they'll instruct different than the younger instructors. And I mean, I guess you're kind of already seeing that a little bit as some of them are, getting older. I don't think they have anybody my age, but, probably your age, Annie, there's probably, a few.
She's younger than me, but Rebecca Kennedy, she posted something really, I don't know, impactful to me probably about a year ago, where she had been doing too much cardio and it was just basically not good for her. She was just finding that she just felt like her health was actually more detrimental. I think she had a lot of like inflammation possibly. And I might be misquoting here, but this was just the general vibe that she basically was like, I'm going to do more weight training and you're going to see me less doing brutal cardio. That's what's best for me. And that's what's best for a lot of women in particular. You can overdo the cardio so quickly and then just things get out of whack. So hearing someone whose whole career is fitness, saying I'm slowing down too. I'm still, she still of course has a plan and she looks amazing and blah, blah, blah. But, that's a version of it, of just going, none of us are perpetually 20. We're going to have to pivot. Yeah. And I think it's great to see people who are in the fitness industry pivoting, because it can feel like, you can feel like you're broken if you just can't keep up. I mean, the same thing with me, with Olivia going, oh yeah, I can run a 9. I can run a 9 for 3 minutes. No, I cannot. Right. And that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, you got a great perspective on it. I'm the same way with, I used to like hammer all the time. I cared about like where I was on the leaderboard. And, I think you get to a point where, that certainly doesn't matter anymore, especially running with me. But then I'm like, there's just a little part of me like, God, if I'd had this like 30 years ago, I could have been like number 1 on the leaderboard. I mean, there's just that little part. And then there's also that part of me that like, I could run well again, but right now I am running well. I'm having fun, and that's the main thing. I'm just moving. I just, particularly for us, older Pelotoners, and I think a lot of people have the same goal. We just want to be more mobile as we age. My dad, who's going to be, I guess he'll be 87. I think I sometimes call him 88, but he's just not that mobile. I mean, he's great enough to come to the car and go to Starbucks every day, but he's not that mobile at all. And so I kind of want to avoid that if at all possible. And as a matter of fact, this is kind of neat because Peloton had an article this week, a Pello Buddy did, and it was talking about Peloton is wanting to focus on helping improve health span and wellness. And so here's one thing that they wrote, and I thought this was really cool. It says a profound shift is underway. Peloton put this out in like an investor letter, and it said that a profound shift is underway in how we define a life well lived. The ultimate goal is no longer just a long lifespan, but a healthier, more fulfilling one referred to as health span. People are taking control of their health and wellness like never before, and they are looking for a trusted partner to help them on that journey. Peloton was built for this moment. I kind of think that's kind of true too. I think they are well positioned.
I mean, I would rather look a little fluffy, but have mobility and be able to get around. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think I actually saw an elderly lady the other day trying to get out of the car, and she was almost like at a 90-degree angle. She was hunkered over so far. Now, I have no idea her story. She could have had an injury. I don't mean this. I had zero judgment for her, but I just looked and I just thought, I don't want to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't mean that in a hateful way. I bless her, poor thing. But I just saw her struggling, and you could just see the pain on her face, as she was like just struggling to get in, just to get into the grocery store. And I just thought, she's trying to buy food, what you need to live, and she is in so much pain. It's sad. So if I've got a little tummy and I'm a little fluffy in some places, but if I can keep going and stay upright and not 90 degrees, like, I'm ready to party,
Yeah. I think that's so true. Like, Serena, none of this probably means anything to you yet, but like in 30 years it will. It really will. But you're doing all the right things.
I hope I'm giving you hope, Serena. I hope so.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's just hard for I think that I honestly would do better too if I hadn't gotten the Whoop, because my Whoop hates me right now, and that health span that they have on there, my age has already gone up half a year since I stopped working out.
I know.
Like, that's making me feel worse, is like seeing how bad my metrics are on Whoop now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's nothing that says you can't like just put your Whoop in a drawer for a few days either.
No, I want to use it.
I get it. I mean, I get it. I really do. But man, there is a certain point in time where those metrics are not helping you out,
Annie, do you know what the dopey is that she was talking about earlier?
Is that the Disney the Disney
tell Annie
marathon or run?
Dopey.
I remember hearing about it when you had the
you run
the
5K.
podcast with Heather.
You run the 5K one day, the 10K the next day, the half marathon the next day, and then the full marathon the last day. And that does not seem unreasonable to me.
See, that seems crazy. I mean, just
I never want to say don't reach for the stars. I never ever want to tell anyone that, but that does seem like a big ask for January when you're already hurting so much. But can you just do one of those? I know it wouldn't be the official one, but like, could you maybe just sign up for the 5K and make that your goal so you get to the experience? But
I've been signed up since April, so like,
okay.
I already paid the money. I have entry into all the races. What I'm going to do is we're going to go still, because my little brother and my mom, they do the 5K, 10K and half. They just don't do the full. I feel confident that I can walk the 5K, because the 5K isn't timed, because a lot of like young kids do it. The 10K, I feel confident I can do if I just jog it. Because again, a lot of people just walk the first 3 races and then they just keep 16-minute pace for the marathon and finish. So I don't worry about the 5K and the 10K. It's how my body would feel for the half and for the full.
Right.
And I do think that I could get through the half, but is it responsible of me to do a full? No.
See, that's good that you realize that.
Right.
I mean, that's.
Oh yeah, I realize that what I'm doing to my body is like toxic, and I don't recommend that anybody have this mentality ever. I am a Virgo, and I think that also doesn't help this. And that's just the way that my brain is wired, is that once I've done something, I tell myself, well, you've done it, so it's not hard and you can do it again. So now that I did it this year, I just think, well, this is a piece of cake and I'll just be able to magically do it in January.
And you were hurt when you did it this past year too, weren't you?
I had my stress fracture last year and I got through that. So I think that I started back into running in like late July last year after that whole incident. And I was good through the whole dopey. Then afterwards, I had taken a little bit of a break to like let my body rest. And then I was going to run a marathon in October. So I started kind of building up to it again. And that's when I was like, no, this isn't going to work out, my hip.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh my goodness.
Well, and I don't want you to end up like hurting yourself, like where you're laid up like this situation again, even if you were to push yourself like that, I think would be more my concern for you. I don't know.
The major concern is that because the pain goes away after a day or two, like my hip can just snap at any point is what they're telling me.
Yeah.
And if it snaps like where it's at, then I have to get a hip replacement. And that's not what I want.
Yeah.
No.
So that's the only reason that I'm actually taking this seriously. But me in the doctor's office, like when I was looking at the MRI, I was to the point where I didn't have any pain. And so I was thinking, okay, like maybe it is in your head, maybe it's your hip flexor. And I was looking at the images and he's like, you need to take this seriously. And I was just laughing because I don't feel anything right now. Like right now, I could do anything I wanted with this hip and I wouldn't feel it. So to me, I kind of feel like I'm dressing up in a Halloween costume is kind of how I can describe it because I don't feel anything. I don't know. It's a really frustrating feeling.
I can imagine. I mean, my heart goes out to you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and you just love exercising so much. It does. It breaks my heart. I mean, you know, like back if this had happened to Annie back in her day, I would have been like, wow, that's really a blessing because you never had that joy or at least in your early days, you know, it was almost an obsession, you know.
It really was. I think that's why I'm actually grateful that I don't really look at any of my metrics anymore. I don't have my workout notebook anymore. Like, am I as fit? No, but I think I'm just in a better headspace.
Yeah, you sound it. I mean, it sounds like you're at a really good space right now.
Yeah, but I feel bad for Serena because she's going through so much.
I know. Yeah. Well, Serena, you're loud. You're doing crap right now, but Annie's doing great.
Well, that's what I feel like it sounds like. Wow, Annie, you're so healthy. Oh, Serena, you're so ill. Like, no, I feel so bad for her. She's going through it. I mean, you're in the trenches. You're going to get out. It's just, it's just not fun at this moment in time. It just stinks. I'm sorry.
You got this. I got confidence in you. You can do this. Okay. So in other news, yoga, are you still doing any yoga at all, Annie?
No, sir.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest, I always hated yoga. I did it because I thought it was good for me, and I'm sure it was, but it just, the slowness, God, irritates me. It just irritates me. I just want to run. And I know that's so one-dimensional. I know I need
I like the slower the yoga, the better for me. I don't like the fast yoga. So
me too.
I just don't really like it.
Even especially if they have peaceful music, I just find it so agitating.
That's funny. This next product is not for you, but Kristen McGee launched a new platform like yesterday or today or somewhere in the last day or two, and it's like she's going to have live classes, and I mean it sounds like a miniature Peloton. I guess mostly her focusing on yoga, Pilates, and meditation. I think I read where it's going to be $29 a month or $288 yearly.
So this is not connected with Peloton.
No, she left Peloton.
She's off, right?
Yeah,
well, that's why I was like, wait a minute, I thought she left. Okay,
yeah,
so
she left, but I just thought that was kind of cool. Peloton, because I always really liked her. She was one of my
She was my favorite yoga instructor,
and I liked Ross a lot too. I really did. They were probably my two favorites, and I don't do nearly as, unless it comes up on my list, I don't even do yoga. I mean, eventually it'll come up. And then sometimes when it comes up, I didn't tell you this rule, but like, let's say I have a 45-minute run or like a 45-minute bike and I'm not really excited about it. I can put in another 45-minute class, another 45-minute bike class. It's really just that discipline that I kind of go by. So, and that's just my little weird synchronicities, but I really like that right now. But I don't do much yoga. I mean, not much at all. I don't even stretch enough. I definitely need to be stretching more than I do, but we'll see. Let's see. More in the news. They plan on closing all the legacy stores by next summer. But they want to continue opening the more micro stores. So we have a micro store in Nashville. And basically, it's kind of like one of those kiosks in the middle of a mall. I don't even really know who goes to the malls anymore, but I'm kind of old, not a touch. So, and I don't really.
The mall today.
You were at the mall today? Okay.
Yeah.
So on your crutches, you were hopping around the mall. Okay, so you're crazy. Yeah, you don't need to be going to the mall.
Oh, I went to the mall a few days ago.
Okay.
I've been racing people.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I got you. So
competitive.
But so they used to, in the mall, this mall in Nashville, it's got to be the highest rent mall in all of Nashville that they were in. And they had a nice store on the corner, really big space, but now they're, it's just like a little hut kind of in the middle of the mall, and it seems to be doing well. They've had events there. They've had a couple of instructors come through and sign stuff and meet people. So maybe that's the model to do, because I know they must have just been paying a gazillion dollars for the rent in that place.
I've got a Peloton, like a major, huge store in the mall, like the nicer mall near me. And they've redid the whole thing and like added, I think, they had added private rooms that you could actually,
they had that natural
classes and stuff.
Anyway,
I don't know. It's still open now, but I guess it'll ultimately close. But
it sounds like if this article's right, then it'll close. Now, have you guys, Serena, I can't remember. Have you been to a class in New York?
No.
Okay. How about you, Annie? Have you been to New York yet?
No, I sure haven't.
Yeah, I got a chance to go, and Anderson and I might get a chance to go back next month. So
nice.
I'm trying. Well, it's so expensive though. Like when we went last time, it was like, I thought it was the only time I'd ever go to New York ever. So we kind of blew it out and, saw a couple of shows and had a really, really great time. But I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe trying to go back and doing it on the cheap. I don't know if you can do New York on the cheap, but I feel like if I stay in New Jersey, I had to fly into that dangerous airport in Newark. But if I stayed in New Jersey and took a train, there's like a train station right by Peloton headquarters, or where their studios are. I think I could do that really inexpensively. But, like looking at the place Anderson and I stayed the last time just online, and it wasn't even that nice of a hotel. It was rated really high, but the room was, way smaller than the room I'm in right now, like way, way smaller.
Right.
And like the price next month is like almost $1,000 a night. I'm like, what in the world?
I know.
That's
why I'm not even going to entertain it, just based off of all that. It just sounds like such a headache. And then it's so hard to get into classes.
Can't you like hop on a train and get to New York pretty easy?
Yeah, I have done it before. You absolutely can. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not to do a Peloton class, but I just went to see a Broadway show. Anyway, but
what show did you see? What show did you see?
It's pretty racy. Book of Mormon.
That's what Anderson and I saw. We saw Book of Mormon. And then we also saw Sunset Boulevard, which was amazing.
Nice. Yeah, great.
But we saw Book of Mormon also. So I loved it.
I love Broadway so much.
Yeah, I do too.
This is a kind of a, I don't know, the theater, just high school theater, I guess productions around here are so high quality. I find myself going and, spending $12, maybe $15 on a ticket to see high schoolers do incredible work. I need to do more of that, because I just see what high school kids are doing. Maybe just go. I don't even know a kid that's in there, but I'm like, oh, they're doing Hadestown. Let's go, or whatever.
That's really neat. Are you a theater fan, Serena?
I am, but definitely not high school around here.
I got you.
Yeah, it's not the case everywhere.
No.
We have good community theater around here too. Here in Woodbury, Tennessee, we have a theater that has about, I think their auditorium sits 225, 230, and they fill it up. they do really, really good shows. The problem is when I go to see local shows now, I miss being on stage so much. And I don't have time. I don't have time to go back and do that, but I love it. There's nothing I love more than doing a show, because, it's probably about a 6-week process usually. And so there's like that beginning, there's that middle, and there's like a definite end. There's just something about that I really find appealing.
Yeah.
But then you're sad when it's over, and then then you're looking for something else. So
yeah,
I don't think I can go see local theater. But New York, see, that's not a possibility at all, because those people are so good. They're just God, they're so good. When we went and saw, I don't know if you'd listened to this episode, Annie, but when Anderson and I went and saw Sunset Boulevard, Chris Rock was about 4 rows in front of us. So
that's cool.
I couldn't believe Anderson recognized him from behind. I don't even know how he did that. But it was definitely,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely Chris Rock. All right, let's see what else we got going on, guys. There's an article about Peloton film video submissions. So they're looking for people to submit themselves working out on their equipment, and they're going to put some either advertising campaign on it or something like that. I think there's information on their website about that. And then we've got Original Bike is out of stock in the US. And the speculation is there could be a fall refresh coming up, like something, or it could just be tariff related. I mean, who knows at this point. This is kind of cool. Alex Trisant is doing a Peloton 5K in 4 cities in September and August: Chicago, Dallas, Kansas City, and San Francisco. I mean, I would definitely go do something like that if he came to Nashville. And it sounds like it's free, but they're asking like to donate to, his charity or one of his charities. And they're suggesting, I believe I saw on the website, $25. But it looked like there was already a wait list on the first one, which I believe was in Chicago. And then the others, they're all coming up either like next week or next couple of weeks, and then some in October, 2 in October. So I think that'd be really neat if Peloton instructors did more of that type of thing, because I would do it.
Yeah, I think they said that they wanted to up their like live member appearances by like 10 times of what they usually do.
Well,
I would have done the Chicago one because it's a 5-hour drive from Pittsburgh. So
how many hours?
I think it's around 5.
Oh, that's not bad at all. See, I have no concept of the Northeast and how long it takes to get places. I just, here in Middle Tennessee growing up, like you would always go to Florida for vacations and you would head south. We just never headed north at all. So it all seems like a foreign land to me. I've been to Pennsylvania once or twice. I drove to Massachusetts once, helping my sister take some horses up there. And we went right around New York. I mean, I could see New York. That's how close we were. And man, those bridges were really expensive when you had some horses with you, by the way. But it was quite the experience. But once I've been to New York, now I'm not nearly as intimidated by as much as I was. So I don't know. And I guess that's about all I've got. What else you guys got? This has been awesome. I mean, this has been so awesome for me to get to catch up with you, Annie. I mean, Serena and I get to talk all the time, which is really kind of fun too. Like Serena's a regular. She's a regular co-host. And I mean, today is like kind of what the show's all about, like we get to talk to Annie and then, bring in Serena, and you guys get to talk, and it's just, y'all are both so similar, but at such different life stages. And I don't know. To me, that's what Peloton people's all about. So kind of makes me want to cry a little bit, but I'm not going to since we're on video.
We're going to hold it together. We got this.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, though.
I'm going to. So how about you, Serena? Any last words today?
So tomorrow I do turn 28. And my goal.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. My goal before this injury, I was going to do the 28 miles for 28. So if anybody wants to do my 28 miles for me, go ahead.
Oh,
wow, that's a big ask.
I was going to combine bike and running to like get to 28. I wasn't just going to run 28. Okay. But if anybody wants to do the 28 tomorrow.
Was your original plan to do all 28 miles on your birthday, the one day?
Yes.
Is that what you're okay? Yeah,
that's originally what I wanted to do, but that will not be happening. I can't do 28 miles on crutches. So.
Well, actually, my daughter's friend's mom turned 50 last month, and she had a goal that August of 2024, she had a goal to complete 50 miles in sanctioned races over her 49th year, I guess, leading into her 50th. And I just thought that was such a cool goal. She ended up actually ultimately hitting 65 miles. So sometimes they were 5K, sometimes they were 10, whatever. But I just thought that is such a cool idea to kind of like give a whole year goal. So I don't know, maybe you could have a goal like 28 miles total in sanctioned races next year. And that way, you can, I don't know, prepare for 29 and make sure you're nice and healthy. Give yourself time. Oh yeah, you will. Yeah. But I don't know, something like that. I just thought that was a really cool idea. Making sure that they were all sanctioned races, just a way to gauge your time and give yourself little goals. And, I think one of them, the highest she ever did was a half marathon. I could be wrong, but still, I thought that's such a cool idea. So I don't know, maybe when I have my next milestone birthday, maybe I'll try to do something like that.
I'm too old to even try something like that. So I think that ship sailed for me. But ladies, thank you so very, very much. Let's see what
Thank
I
you.
can't ever do the sign out like Anderson does, but basically we'll get this up on all the regular audio stuff that we always do, I think, and hopefully it sounds good. But who knows? I didn't really go out of my way to really try to work on the sound anymore. But I really like this platform. I think this is just really, really neat. And I like that people can comment. I think it was only Kathy here today and maybe one other person, but it's going to be really fun to watch this grow and be more interactive. And I just, it kind of reminds me of John Mills' Clubhouse a little bit. I mean, it kind of has that kind of potential, except I think we'll do it more as a regular show, and not have people as I don't know. I just hadn't really decided on that yet, but this was really, really fun today. And y'all gave out some good information. So come to Peloton People, our Facebook page, if you want to hang out with us more. And otherwise, we are back on schedule, and who knows how long season 4 will last, at least till the first technical issue for sure. So thank you so much, guys, for joining, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.